Taking time now to settle the body, sitting in a comfortable position, making sure that you feel balanced and steady. The spine is straight, head and neck are aligned with the spine. Hands are on the knees in a mudra of your choice. Eyes and mouth are lightly closed. And breathing in through the nostrils, just focusing on the natural breaths first. And take a long, deep inhalation. When you exhale, release all the events of the day. Use the exhalation to separate yourself from the day. And then take another long, deep inhalation. This time, when you exhale, release all of the conversations that you've had today, whatever form they may have taken. Let them all go with the exhalation. And again, another long, deep inhalation. This time, when you exhale, release any thoughts of things you need to do outside of the class and just allow yourself to be right here in this present moment. There's nothing else you need to do right now. Just be here. Give yourself the gift of the present. And returning to the natural breath. Bring the awareness now to the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And also visualize the glow and the light from that flame reaching every cell of the body, every part of the mind and the spirit is illuminated. And holding on to this visualization now, we'll chant Om 3 times in Om Shanti and the Shanti mantra to pay respect to the wisdom traditions and to each other. So breathing in first for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, Tejasvinadvaditamastu, Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. And still keeping the eyes closed for a moment and still placing the awareness at the eyebrow center and focusing on the natural breath. I want to share that the theme of this class is you are enough. You spend your life seeing yourself through the lens of your mistakes, your insecurities, your imperfection and your doubts. Yet others see your kindness, resilience, your warmth, your humor, your generosity, and your strength. This class invites you to experience yourself through kinder eyes and recognize that you are already enough. And so, with this theme, we will carry it through our practices. So, let's begin with our asana practice. making sure that you can sit in the same position, or you may like to bring the legs out in front of the body, whatever works for you. I'll sit in the base position just so one of us is, but the most important thing is that you're feeling steady and comfortable and balanced. We're going to begin first with the neck rotations. Because this is our first practice, be very, very gentle with the neck and just move within your range of movement. Please be very smooth and slow with your movements as well. Avoid any sort of jerking. The muscles in the neck are very sensitive. So, to begin this practice, inhale, and then when you exhale, bring the chin towards the chest. Then very slowly bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, not lifting the shoulders in any way. And then bringing the head back, inhaling as you bring the head back to where is comfortable for you. And then bringing the head around left ear to left shoulder, exhaling as you bring the chin back to the chest. This is one round. Complete another 4 rounds in each direction. Really slowing it down and observing the release of muscles in the neck as you complete this practice. And also coordinating the breath with the movement, really aiming for that body breath mind connection. And when you've completed the practice, just if you're sitting in the base position, bring the hands behind the buttocks with the fingers pointing away, and just observe the effects of the practice. We'll move now to wrist rotation. So bring the arms up at shoulder height in front of the body. Place the thumbs on the palms and wrap the fingers around just loosely. Don't clench the fists, but just loosely around the thumbs. And we're going to move the wrists only, first in a clockwise direction 5 times. So ensuring that you're sitting up straight as well. Inhale and bringing just turning the wrists, inhaling as you on the upward movement, exhaling on the downward movement. 5 rounds in each direction, placing the awareness in the wrist joint, just observing what's happening in there, the release of muscles in the joints, but also up the forearms as well. And again, slowing it down. And you've completed both rounds. You can either come back to base position with the hands behind the buttocks, again observing, or even just place the hands on the thighs, whatever works for you. Keeping the eyes closed and just observing the movement of energy from the practice. Our next asana will combine two different asanas. So I'll demonstrate first just so you can see. We're going to start by first this is called tabletop. When you're in it, the back is straight, the knees are directly below the hips and hands are directly below the shoulders, and head is in a neutral position, and just stretch through the arms just gently. And we're going to exhale and come down into child's pose. So forehead on the floor, hands out in front of the body, buttocks towards the heels. Then we'll inhale and come back up to tabletop. So we'll do this 5 times. Holding each posture for 3 breaths. After your final round, stay in child's posture for a few extra breaths. And if you need, we're going to do some work in tabletop again, but if you need a little break to just release the wrists because they can get quite sore leaning on them in that way, please feel free to do that. And you might want to do some circular motions with the wrists or bend them forward and back just to release them. The next practice is a tiger stretch. So for this one, hopefully don't have enough room here. Again, in tabletop, I'll demonstrate. Inhale, and you're going to lift the left arm and the right leg up. So leg to about the hip height and hands up to shoulder height. Head is up, and then release, and then inhale, and then lift the left hand and the right leg. So begin with the right arm and the left leg, and then left arm and the right leg, and then back. We'll do this another 4 rounds, so 5 rounds in total on each side. This helps you balance. And holding just for your own duration. After your final round, come back into child's posture, just releasing the body into the floor and observing all the effects of the practices so far. Next practice, come back up to tabletop. We're going to do a practice called thread the needle. So for this one, we'll begin with the right side. And so I'll demonstrate as well. So first, you'll grab the right arm and bring it so that the shoulder comes down to the floor, and you put the right ear to the floor and just feel that stretch through the arm. Then come back up. So hold for your own duration. Come back up to tabletop, and then we'll do the next. So left arm, threading it through, head to the floor, and the shoulder to the floor without pushing and straining, just as close as you can, if that works for you. And then back, and we'll complete another 4 rounds on each side. When you've finished all your rounds for this practice, lie on the front of the body, bring the arms out in front, and then place the forehead on the floor. And just allow the body to melt into the floor. Release all tension. Our next practice will be Sphinx pose. So for this one, bring the hands just a little bit in front of the shoulders. If I can move over so you can see. And what we're going to do is curl the top of the back and just come up and sit on our hands. So leaning on our elbows with the palms flat on the floor, head is up. So you're not pushing or anything like that. It's a very minor back bend. And then exhale, bringing the forehead to the floor. We'll complete another 4 rounds of this practice. So inhale, bringing the head up, leaning on the elbows. The front of the torso is on the floor. It's only the upper chest that's not on the floor. So 4 rounds in total. And holding for your own duration. Being sure to breathe into the practice. After your final round of this practice, lie on the back in Shavasana. The legs hip width apart, feet are released, legs are released, all tensions released, the arms are a little bit away from the body, palms facing the sky. Take a long deep inhalation and then exhale, releasing the body into the floor, observing all the effects of all the practices so far, and also observing where the mind is at. What is the mind doing at this moment? The practices impact the body, but they also impact the mind. Being very conscious of that, being the witness. And our final asana will be a spinal twist. So first, bringing the feet in front of the buttocks, knees together, placing the hands either at shoulder height out, or if you like, bring them behind the head, as long as the elbows can reach the floor. We'll inhale, then when we exhale, bring the knees together to the right side, and you can either keep the head in a neutral position or turn it to the left. Breathe in the position and just observe how the spine opens a little bit as the body gets used to it. Then inhale, bring the knees and the head back to center if you turn the head. Exhale, knees to the left and then head to the right. And then inhale back to center. This is one round. Complete 4 rounds in your own time. When you've completed all 5 rounds, come back to Shavasana and back to the natural breath. And we're going to move from the asanas into pranayama breathing practices on our back and then into Yoga Nidra. So if you need any blankets or things to keep you warm, because during Yoga Nidra often the body temperature drops through relaxation. So if you need anything for that process, please get those things now so that you don't need to move again throughout the practice. And so in Shavasana, just focusing on the natural breath and observe how, with the natural breath on the inhalation, the abdomen expands and the chest expands. And then on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. We're going to now focus our pranayama practice on a practice called Ujjayi pranayama. Now, Ujjayi pranayama involves a very slight constriction at the back of the throat, so that when you breathe in through the nose, it can often sound like a baby snoring. It's very light, or the ocean. It sounds like the waves. And so you breathe in through the nose with that slight constriction. So it's like, I don't know if you can hear it through this. And I find sometimes placing the tongue behind the teeth when you do that can help as well. And so using pranayama, the Ujjayi pranayama in this way, just using the natural breath and just hearing that slight constriction on the inhalation and the exhalation. And we'll do this for a minute and I'll let you know when to release the practice. Ujjayi pranayama helps to create a very deep state of relaxation. I guess because it sounds like when we are sleeping. And on the next exhalation, release Ujjayi pranayama and come back to the natural breath. Again, just observing the state of the body and the mind after these practices. And we'll now prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra. Just checking in with your body now, just to ensure that there's balance between the right and left sides. Also, you may like to tuck in your chin a little just to check that the head and neck are aligned with the spine. Eyes and mouth are lightly closed. Take a long, deep inhalation, releasing the body into the floor on the exhalation. And take another long, deep inhalation, this time releasing any remaining tension in the body. Checking things like that you've released expression from the face, that you're not clenching your jaw or even clenching the muscles behind the eyes. Just let them all go. Let all tension be released from the body. And feel the body's contact against the floor. First, feel the contact of the back of the heels and legs against the floor. Observe the contact of the buttocks against the floor. Feel the back against the floor and notice the vertebrae of the spine and that slight pressure you can feel as they press gently against the floor. Feel the contact of the back of the hands and the arms and the shoulders against the floor. Feel the back of the neck and the back of the head against the floor. And observe how all of these different points of contact create one singular point of contact between the body and the floor. Become aware now of sounds and listen first for sounds that are far off in the distance without trying to name the sounds. Just move the awareness to one sound, from one sound to the next as you hear it. Bring the sound awareness a little closer now to the sounds outside the room where you are. Again, moving the awareness from sound to sound. Move the sound awareness now to the room where you are. So you're moving it inside the room and just taking the same approach. And move the sound awareness now to the sounds and sensations within the body, beginning first with the heartbeat. Observe the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. And now observe the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. Release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. It may be something that aligns with the theme of this class. It may be something like, I am enough exactly as I am. I accept myself completely. Or I am worthy of love and belonging. Whatever your Sankalpa is, mentally repeat it 3 times now. We'll now rotate the awareness around the body. Listen to my instructions, and when I say the name of a body part, visualize that part and place your awareness at that part. We'll begin with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb, first finger, second, third, little finger, palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, ankle, and heel. Sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And moving now to the left side of the body with the left hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, and ankle. Sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now to the back of the body with the heels, back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the entire spinal column, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. And moving now around to the face with the forehead, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the ears, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat, the right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel, the right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Release the body rotation now and bring the awareness back to the natural breath. And just observing the natural breath flowing in and out of the body. And imagine that with each inhalation, a soft, warm light enters the body and gathers in the center of the chest. This light is not bright, it's just a gentle glow, like the warm light from a candle, like sunlight filtering through a window. With every inhalation, the glow becomes a little steadier, a little warmer, and a little more comforting. And when you exhale, the glow expands outward. It fills the chest, the shoulders, the arms, the abdomen, the face, the entire body. And with each breath, you are breathing in acceptance, and with each exhalation, you are breathing out self-judgment, breathing in kindness, breathing out criticism, breathing in worthiness, exhaling doubt. Continue with this visualization. Release the breath visualization now, and instead we're going to feel the following opposite sensations in the body. Firstly, recall the feeling of being criticized, being judged, or feeling you are not good enough, feeling that you have somehow fallen short. Experience this in the body. And now release this feeling and instead experience complete acceptance. Remember the feeling of being welcomed exactly as you are. Nothing to prove or explain, nothing to earn. Remind yourself of the feeling of being accepted completely. And now exchange this feeling for the feeling of feeling small, feeling invisible, overlooked, or unimportant. Observe that feeling in the body as you remember this experience. And now let that experience go and replace it instead with the feeling of being valued, appreciated, seen, recognized, and loved. And observe in the body how that makes it feel. That feeling of being seen, recognized, and loved. And release that feeling now and allow the body to come back to a neutral state. And instead now come to the space of the mind, the space behind the closed eyes, also known as Chittakash. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize, and create the following objects and images. You are walking along a quiet path at sunset. The air is warm, the light is soft and golden. It's golden time, that golden time of the evening. And you hear the gravel crunching beneath your feet. Ahead of you is a beautiful old building. Its architecture feels timeless, almost peaceful and welcoming at the same time. You walk through a large wooden doorway. Inside is a quiet gallery. The room is filled with natural light, and soft sunlight filters through the tall stained glass windows. Little flecks of colour dance around the walls, and the floor beneath your feet is a smooth, polished timber. The air feels faintly of flowers, and you can smell their scent, and that scent of old books. The space feels calm and safe. As you walk further inside, you notice framed portraits displayed throughout the gallery. At first, you assume they are paintings of strangers, but as you move closer, you realize every portrait is of you. But something feels a bit different. These are not photographs, these are reflections. Each portrait has been created by someone whose life you have touched. One was painted by someone you helped through a very difficult time. Another was painted by someone who loves you deeply. Another by a friend. Another by a family member. Another by someone whose life you changed without even realizing it. You move slowly through the gallery. Each portrait reveals something different. In one, kindness. In another, courage. In another, wisdom. You see patience, compassion, humor, strength, resilience, and generosity. And you begin to realize something. These are qualities you rarely notice in yourself, yet others see them clearly. One portrait catches your attention and you stop. This image feels especially powerful. The artist has captured you exactly as they see you. Not perfect, not flawless, and not idealized. Simply beautiful in your humanity. Strong where you think you are weak, and capable where you think you fall short. Worthy exactly as you are. As you stand before this portrait, something unexpected happens. The image smiles, warmly, gently, and kindly, and you suddenly understand. You've spent years looking at yourself through the lens of self-criticism, while others have been seeing something entirely different, something far kinder, far more compassionate, and far more complete. You continue walking through the gallery, and everywhere you look, you see the same message reflected back to you. You are enough, not because of what you achieve, not because of what you own and not because of what others think. You're enough because you already are. You stand in the center of the gallery, surrounded by these reflections, surrounded by kindness and acceptance and love. Allow this understanding of yourself to settle into every cell of the body. You are enough. You've always been enough. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing needs to be earned. Nothing needs to be proven. Rest in this understanding of yourself. And now carry this deep understanding of yourself back from the gallery, from the building, down as you walk through and down the path and back into the room where you are, lying on the mat. Call to mind your Sankalpa from the beginning of the practice. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And begin to feel the breath again in the body. Allow the breath to deepen a little and observe the movement it creates in the body, how it moves the back against the floor. Observe how you feel right now in the body and the mind and spirit compared to how you felt at the beginning of this practice. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. Begin to make small movements with the fingers and the toes as you allow the body to gently externalize. Remember the details of the room where you are, the time of day, and begin to hear the sound around you, and remember the world attached to those sounds. Begin to move and stretch in a way that's right for you. You may like to bring the knees to the chest to release the back, or even raise the arms way above the head for a full body stretch. Whatever you need right now, please do that. And when it's right for you, lie on the right side for a few moments. And in your own time, there is no rush. Come up to a comfortable sitting position, keeping the eyes closed or downcast, aiming to maintain this peaceful state you've created. Sitting in a comfortable position facing this way with the eyes closed. Bring the awareness now to the eyebrow center, and at this point visualize a steady candle flame and visualize the glow and the light from that flame reaching every cell of the body, every part of the mind and the spirit, illuminating the interior of you. And with this vision in mind, we'll now chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude the practice. Breathing in for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.